As Manipur continues to boil and closer home in the national capital, wrestlers continue their protests against the WFI chief, Brij Bhushan the courts have once again been compelled to stand up as the guardians of the citizens' constitutional rights, and they often end up being the last resort of hope for many that have been prejudiced against. Let's take a look back at all the major decisions that courts across the country took this week to protect the rights of the citizens and hold the administration accountable. You're watching the Court Watch with me, Nalini Sharma. Even as the state of Manipur continues to report instances of fresh violence, the residents of Manipur have now knocked the doors of the Supreme Court against the internet shutdown in the state. The PIL filed by two Manipur residents says that the decision to shut down internet services is unwarranted and disproportionate. According to the order issued by the state government, the internet shutdown in the state has been extended till the 10th of June, including suspension of mobile data services and broadband services. The PIL says that the shutdown has had a significant economic, humanitarian, social and psychological impact on the petitioners and their families. They are unable to send their children to school, access banks, receive payments, distribute salaries, or communicate via email or WhatsApp, bringing their lives and livelihoods to a complete standstill. The plea further states that people are experiencing fear, anxiety, helplessness and frustration as a result of the internet shutdown. They've been unable to communicate with their loved ones or colleagues, straining personal, professional and social relationships. The legality of internet shutdowns has been a long-standing legal issue before the Supreme Court, as it becomes more and more of a common practice for law enforcement agencies to resort to internet shutdowns as a means to curb violence and maintain peace. Individuals and multiple organizations have constantly alleged that this is a violation of the citizens' freedoms. States like Gujarat, Rajasthan, West Bengal have also seen internet shutdowns to prevent cheating in exams. The Supreme Court last year had sought clarity from the centre on whether there was any standard protocol to order shutdown of the internet and how this protocol is actually implemented. Even as the political blame game over the case against WFI chief and BJP MP Brij Bhushan is ongoing, reports have surfaced regarding a second statement being given by the minor victim in the case. Highly placed sources claimed that the victim has retracted the allegations of sexual harassment against the WFI chief, weakening the case under the Prevention of Children Against Sexual Offences Act. Sources further suggest that the minor appeared before the magistrate at the Patiala House Court last week and recorded a second statement under Section 164 of the Criminal Procedure Code and has withdrawn the sexual harassment allegations, diluting the case under Sections 9 and 10 of the stringent Pocso Act. As per procedure, the statement of the victim in a sexual offences case, particularly under the Pocso Act, is kept completely sealed and confidential. The statement is recorded before a female magistrate and is kept under a sealed cover till the victim is examined during the trial process. As such, the contents of the statement cannot be placed in the public domain. Legally, a victim may give more than one statement before the magistrate, and once the charge sheet is filed and the case goes to trial, the court may then consider the validity and the veracity of the different statements to check whether there has been any change due to tutoring or false information. The Kohima bench of the Gauhati High Court on Wednesday quashed a 3-year-old Nagaland government order to ban the sale and consumption of dog meat in the state. The Nagaland government had issued an order in 2020 to put a complete ban on the commercial import, trading of dogs and sale of dog meat in the markets and dine-in restaurants. Justice Marli Vankung of the Gauhati High Court held that the state government could not have banned dog meat without there being any legal backing for the same. The order read, "The prohibition of the sale and consumption of dog meat by the executive branch of the government without there being any law passed in the legislation in relation to trade and consumption of dog meat is liable to be set aside even though the impugned notification is said to have been passed in accordance with a cabinet decision. The court reasoned that the Food Safety and Standards Act, on the basis of which the government issued the order, nowhere mentions any power of the government to issue prohibition orders such has been given in this case. The Central Bureau of Investigation on Wednesday asked the Bombay High Court to recall its earlier order granting interim protection from arrest to NCB's former Mumbai Zonal Director Sameer Wankhede in the 25 crore extortion case. The central agency has also opposed Wankhede's plea, seeking quashing of the FIR registered against him in the case. The CBI told the Bombay High Court that it has prima facie case against Wankhede on charges of extortion and bribery in connection with the arrest of Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan following the alleged seizure of the drugs from a cruise ship. CBI's move comes days after former IRS officer Wankhede had moved the High Court seeking to quash the FIR and seeking relief from arrest in the case. A vacation bench of the Bombay High Court last month had granted interim relief to Sameer Wankhede and directed him to cooperate with the investigation. Rejecting the allegations of malified intentions, CBI told the court that the alleged malified was not made out and the principle of fairness of investigation was not violated. No legal injunction whatsoever was violated by the investigation being conducted by the CBI, and it is submitted that before quashing the present criminal proceedings or FIR against the petitioner, it is pertinent to consider the gravity and seriousness of the offence alleged against the petitioner, who is Sameer Wankhede. CBI also submitted that the interim relief granted to Wankhede from arrest should be recalled. It said, citing a Supreme Court judgment, that an FIR can be quashed only in the rarest of rare cases where there is no cognizable offence made out against the accused for investigating the matter and there is no ingredient to attract the penal provisions of the law. Dreaded gangster Sanjeev Jeeva was shot dead by a man inside a Lucknow court on Wednesday. The incident occurred inside the courthouse where the assailant opened fire, killing Jeeva and also injuring a young girl. Sanjeev Maheshwari Jeeva, a close aide of gangster-turned-politician Mukhtar Ansari, was an accused in the murder case of BJP MLA Brahmadatta Dwivedi. Initial reports suggest that the shooter arrived in the court dressed as a lawyer and opened fire at Sanjeev Jeeva. The attacker who killed Jeeva has been arrested by the Lucknow police. He has been identified as Vijay Yadav. A police constable was also injured in the attack and has been sent to Lucknow Civil Hospital for treatment. Upendra Agrawal, the Joint Police Commissioner, told India Today that the shooter opened fire from behind when Sanjeev Jeeva was entering the court. According to Agrawal, Sanjeev was waiting for his turn for the hearing and was shot when entering the courtroom. Upendra Agrawal also said that 2 police constables were injured in the shooting and one sustained injuries to his shoulder while the other injured his leg. The condition of both the constables is said to be currently stable and they are being treated in Lucknow's Balrampur hospital. A 1.5-year-old girl was also injured in the shooting and she has been referred to the trauma center. She was in court along with her parents. The girl's mother was also injured in the shooting inside the courtroom. The police commissioner said that they are investigating the shooting to see whether there was a security lapse, and the district magistrate of Lucknow, Suryapal Gangwar, has also told India Today that the officials will take the help of the CCTV footage to probe the incident that occurred on Wednesday. One day after Jeeva was killed, his wife, Payal Maheshwari, approached the Supreme Court on Thursday seeking interim protection from arrest to attend her husband's last rites and told the court that she fears that she might be killed too. Those are all the updates that we have for you this week. Keep watching The Court Watch next week for more about what's happening in the courts and the world of law with me, Nalini Sharma.